Fair use. Blackmail Advice TV. We in the building. Let's go.
Women are not meant to be married and fully committed relationships. Black women were breeders in slavery days. And history repeats itself. That's all they are.
Nick Cannon is presently on his 8th child, unmarried. And none of these women look like him. But let's continue. Where do y'all get off with this logic? Y'all were the bucks historically during slavery, remember? It was you that were the motherfuckers. Remember? I mean, if black women are the ones that are out here being bred, why are black men out here reproducing with so many non-black women? Say all you know how to do is fuck around and get people pregnant. Say that your mother was never married and you never saw a man in your household that actually gave a damn about her. Just say that you have no adult life skills and you cannot be a suitable partner or parent to another human being. Therefore, all you have to offer the world is sperm. Considering it's Black History Month, I was waiting for the white folks and the bigots and the conservatives to be the ones out here bashing black people. But it's amazing how many black straight men embarrass the hell out of the entire community every day. Why would I think you take a day off for Black History Month? I mean, make this cognitive dissonance make sense. How do y'all scream Black Lives Matter 1 minute and demand that the white community stop oppressing you and simultaneously shit on the women that created you in the first place? Because when Malcolm said that the black woman is the most unprotected and disrespected, please understand he was not just talking about by white people. He was talking about you, Nick. And then you Lego brick hairline having ass Samuelites jump on my page and tell me that my content is divisive because I'm calling you out for talking like a white person, creating false stereotypes and pushing it on black women. This is exactly why the black community will never get anywhere. Because black men who swear up and down they're going to be the leaders and liberate us would rather stay oppressed by the white man because they've already failed that assignment and try their best to emulate him by trying to oppress and control black women. This is exactly why y'all are the weakest fucking links. It is Black History Month. We just lost another black life, a black man, to the hands of white people and white supremacy, and you pathetic ass Negroes would rather get on the internet, get on these podcasts, and reinforce to white folks that they're better than us? I can't no more. I can't.
Women are not.
You see, this is one of the biggest problems that we have in the community. It's women like her that are angry, bitter, and what she do is she vent her frustration on social media. Now, her issue is with regards to what the brother had to say in that video. But notice what she did. She didn't address the guy in the video. No, she took that as an opportunity to come against all black men. So the underlying issue here is that she have daddy issues. She didn't grow up with her father. She's talking about white supremacy, but yet when you look at her hair, we can clearly see what she's trying to identify with. She's talking about Nick Cannon, when Nick Cannon have nothing to do with the topic. And she said that the women that Nick Cannon impregnated don't look like him, which clearly shows and proves that she's jealous that Nick Cannon has no interest in her. Do you see that? So now let's play what the guy had to say. Let's go through the whole video and let's see if we could break this thing down, because she had a lot to say, a lot of venom. I mean, when I look at her, I'm turned off. Like, I would never even be around a woman like her. Like, she's a total turn off. She's divisive. Very vindictive, argumentative. I'm not sure if she's a single mom, but she appears to be one. In my eyes, she looked like the type of woman that was in a relationship, had a kid or two, and became bitter. She appears to not like white people. There's just a lot of hatred in her heart. You can feel it. It's just venomous. It's just Horrible. Let's go.
Meant to be married.
Now, the guy said that BWs weren't meant to be married. When you study today's society and you see what's going on, it's very clear all throughout TikTok, modern BWs are literally saying they don't want to be married. This is what they're saying. I have countless videos that I've reviewed of BWs making it very clear that they don't want to be married, that marriage is a waste of time, that, love is a joke. And instead what they want to do is be on Hot Girl Summer. And then at the same time, they're having these babies out of wedlock from Pookie and Ray Ray. Or they're using Roe v. Wade as a way to get rid of generations of babies. So when you factor in the data and you look at what the young man is saying in the video, it's very clear that what he's saying is actually happening. But what's interesting and what is very alarming, to say the least, is how triggered this particular woman got over his statements. Why does that trigger her? Why does that bother her? If he's not talking to her, why does it bother her? You see that? See, the truth of the matter is she's not married. She's growing old. She's most likely in her late 30s, pushing 40. Or maybe she's already 40. And it's bothering her to know that she most likely have kids out of wedlock, not married, and nobody's going to ever marry her. So it bothers her. But my thing is, why the venom? Why not just, if it don't apply, let it fly? See, there's some very, very deep problems within the black community. And the problem is not with black men. Black men have their issues. I call out black men issues all the time. But one of the serious problems we have is the modern woman. The modern woman hate their men with a passion. And they never hold themselves accountable. They just blame the man for everything. After they ruin their lives, they tend to blame all black men for the choices that they made that caused their own problems. Let's listen to this thing again.
And fully committed relationships. Black women were breeders in slavery day.
That's true. They were breeders in slavery day. And this is why they can't commit today. That's true. How many women in the clouds are committed to a black man? I'll wait. It's not there. See? How many BWs in the clouds are interested in being a wife? If they were, they would all be married right now. You see that? Let's go.
And history repeats itself. That's all they are.
See? History repeats itself. That's what's going on today. So I don't see why the woman is so heated by that. What's the problem? Why do you feel some type of way listening to that guy? If it don't apply to you, if you know you're not that woman, why do it apply? Why do you make it you? Because we know that this is happening today. With the single mom rate, over 70% of women of color file for divorce. If anything, women in general, over 70 to 80% of women will file for divorce. You understand? Look at every relationship modern women have been in. It all broke up. Every last one of their relationships just keep breaking up. They never could commit. It's like the slightest thing that go wrong, they're ready to throw in the towel. They can't seem to have a long-term relationship. So what exactly did the guy say that was so wrong? Let's go.
Nick Cannon is presently on his 8th child.
Why do it bother you that Nick Cannon is on his 8th child? What did that have to do with what the brother said? Absolutely nothing. Nick Cannon has money, and Nick Cannon takes care of his children. Nick Cannon is not a deadbeat dad. So if Nick Cannon mate with women, he's mating with them and he's taking care of his responsibilities. The real question is, why do you have a problem with Nick Cannon? Why did you even bring him up into the conversation? He have nothing to do with this. The brother is talking about BWs, because BWs are out here allowing Pookies and Ray Rays to plant their seeds. And Pookie and Ray Ray is not there. Pookie and Ray Ray is not being responsible. Nick Cannon take care of his kids. You using Nick Cannon in your frustration only made you look bad. It made you look jealous of non-BWs because you're mad. You're mad that he didn't choose you. You felt that as a black man, he should have chose a woman like you, but he don't want you because your attitude is not pleasant. I'm listening to you and I'm turned off. I'm rather disappointed because the problem that I see is that our women hate us and always have, and it stems right back from slavery. Yeah, because your response was clear of one that failed to take responsibility to realize what the young man was saying. Instead of listening to what he said, you just got straight into your feelings and decided to attack all black men because of what he said. You ain't address him. You addressed all black men as being him. That's what you did. You see? Now, me personally, I'm a family man. And at the end of the day, I practice polygyny, take care of my household, do what I got to do. And when I look at the modern woman, I don't see her as marriage material. She's not. I mean, the majority of them have already been intimate with multiple men. You can't wife that up. You should know that. That would be unwise, right? Especially a man trying to wife up a single mother. That doesn't make any sense. That's unwise. It's not good to do. If anything, that woman could be a concubine and that brother can deal with her accordingly. But to wife her up, no, she don't deserve that honor. She have to be a virgin for that. But let's hear what you got to say so we can examine it.
Unmarried. And none of these women look like him.
Why does that bother you? You mad that you're not that woman. You're mad that you chose Pookie and Ray Ray.
But let's continue. Where do y'all get off with this logic?
What do you mean, where do y'all? See, that's your problem. You're supposed to be addressing the guy in the video. Instead, now you're talking about all black men.
Y'all were the bucks.
Now you're talking about y'all were the bucks. Number one, I wasn't a buck because I wasn't in slavery. You're talking about your ancestors. See, this is the problem with modern women. They don't know how to properly communicate because none of us today was in slavery or endured what our ancestors had to deal with. So playing this little game of, well, y'all was the bucks as if though black men are doing this and black men are doing that. Last time I checked, women are the ones who control access to sex. Do you understand that? A man cannot get your vajayjay unless you give it to him. So everything the brother said has been confirmed. You talking about black men being the bucks during slavery and so forth. I mean, if you want to really get technical, the so-called black man pretty much did what the slave master told him to do. There's nobody telling a black man to pretty much go and have sex with all these women. They're making their own choices. But the problem here, ladies, is that you're the one opening your legs. It's nobody's fault but yours. At the end of the day, you decided to let that man in your body.
Historically, during slavery, remember? It was you that were the motherfuckers.
Now you making it seem as if though these guys had a choice. You're making it seem like these guys willingly just went and did what they did. No, they had to do what they had to do because it was at the point of death. You do know that, right? I'm sure you're educated, right? You do understand that if the so-called Mandingo slave didn't breed, he would be put to death. And do you know that if you didn't lay there and produce, you would be put to death? So both of you were in bondage. So again, your response to what the brother had to say shows a lack of education. It shows a lot of frustration on your part. And it just proved that you can't take criticism or hold yourself responsible or accountable for any actions. You just want to put it all on the man.
Remember?
See? Remember. But you don't remember the times during slavery where the BW would be very happy to get with the white man. You were very, very happy to get into the white man's quarters and do whatever he wanted. You were happy about that, right? You were happy to rat out the brothers and have them killed. So you don't want to talk about that. See? You don't want to talk about the many women all over social media that are claiming they're divesting. You don't want to talk about that, right? Now, why bring up slavery when you're not addressing these women, these BWs, mind you, that want to, I guess, be wifed up by a European man? I mean, why would BWs want to get with a European man if they're the ones that enslaved our people? So I think you have a lot of work to do, young lady. I think that your job right now is not to be focusing on what black men are saying, but to actually be combating the divester movement and all the other groups that are anti-black family. That's what you need to be focusing on rather than a petty argument.
I mean, if black women are the ones that are out here being bred, why are black men out here reproducing with so many non-black women?
And why are BWs breeding up with Pookie and Ray Ray? Because it seems to me that you have a problem with black men dealing with non-black women. Because I don't know, what do you mean by black men out here breeding up all these non-black women? That's a generalization that you're putting forth right there. Because, again, you're focused on Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon doesn't represent the majority of black men. I have a black wife. She's Guyanese. I have 4 daughters. You understand that? So that means that I'm with a black woman. But you're making it seem like black men are out here breeding with non-black women. That's a lie. You're just saying that because you use Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon don't represent the majority of black men.
Say all you know how to do is fuck around and get people pregnant. Say that you're...
How could they F around and get people pregnant? What about your responsibility in that? See, you're not being responsible or accountable. Remember, lady, your legs is open. You know that you can get pregnant, but now you blaming the man. So you don't got no responsibility in this.
Mother was never married and you never saw a man in your household that actually gave a...
No. The truth of the matter, young lady, is that you never had a father in your life. That's why you're bitter. You're bitter right now because you never had no father in your life. Has nothing to do with the man not having a father or grew up in a single mom home. You, young lady, you had no father, no love. You never got no hugs. That's why you're bitter right now.
Damn about her. Just say that you have no adult life skills and you cannot be a suitable partner or parent.
The truth is you can't, because you're talking one thing, but the truth of the matter, young lady, is where is your husband? As I guessed, you don't have one. So you're not suitable, nor are you desirable for any man to wife up, because once they hear your venom and the attitude, they're going to be turned off.
To another human being. Therefore, all you have to offer the world is sperm.
All we have to offer is sperm. But the truth of the matter is, woman, modern women's legs are always open. Why? Why do modern women allow men to get in their bodies before a man can actually make them a wife? Answer that question. So you can't. Because once again, the modern BW never take accountability for her life and her actions. She just blamed the man.
Considering it's Black History Month, I was waiting for the white folks and the bigots and the conservatives to be the ones out here bashing black people.
In other words, what she's basically saying is she don't like white people, and she was waiting for them to talk crap about black people, but instead she's hearing some crap from black men talking about women. And that's more important and supersedes any sort of racial injustice. She's more concerned with what you have to say as a black man. Let that make sense.
But it's amazing how many black straight men embarrass the hell out of the entire community.
What black man are you talking about? You just finished listening to one black man. Why aren't you addressing that? How does it go from listening to that one guy to now you're frustrated with all black men now? Let that make sense.
Every day. Why would I think you take a day off for Black History Month?
Nobody cares about Black History Month. You don't even know your history. The only thing you know is what they told you, because history is his story. So you're believing another man's story about who you are. That's one of your biggest mistakes.
And make this cognitive dissonance make sense. How do y'all scream Black Lives Matter 1 minute and demand that the white community stop oppressing you?
First of all, I don't scream Black Lives Matter because I don't support Black Lives Matter. I don't support that. I've never supported Black Lives Matter. Do you understand me? Because all lives matter. And anyone saying Black Lives Matter is the true racist. See that? Because that's like if a building is burning and you're downstairs screaming Black Lives Matter, which means we need to only save black people. No. There's other ethnic groups of people in the building too. We got to get them out. You know what I mean? But see, you're the type that would try to get your own people out first. That shows what racism really is about. Let's go.
And simultaneously shit on the women that created you in the first place.
You didn't create the black man. The black man created you. According to the Bible, the Most High formed Adam from the dust of the ground. From the dirt of the ground, he formed man. Then he caused man to go into a sleep, took his rib, and he formed woman. And she became a living soul. So you were born out of the man. You didn't make the man. Men are the ones who give life. Men are the ones who have a nut sack with billions of sperm cells in a natural incubator, waiting to be deposited in a woman's womb. You lied. You didn't create no man. The man created you. But now you want to be a man. And you want to usurp your authority over a man, doing exactly what Satan did when he said he will exalt his throne above the stars of God, and he will be like the Most High God. But he was cast down into the lake. And that's exactly where the modern woman is. She's saying to herself, I will be a man. I will be above the man, and I will rule over him. That's what she's doing.
Because when Malcolm said that the black woman is the most unprotected and disrespected, please understand he was...
Who cares what he said? Y'all disrespect yourselves. Have you ever took all of that venom that you have towards black men and protest ghetto gaggers? I hear crickets. I hear crickets. Woman, have you ever taken all of that venom and hate that you have towards black men and boycott the Ghetto Gaggers website, where countless black women are making the choice to disrespect themselves willingly for $1? You see that? Where they go on OnlyFans and sell their bodies for cash. Where they go into the porn industry, Instagram. They're making choices to sell themselves, to disrespect themselves. So it's not that black women are the most disrespected women and the most unprotected. If you want protection, you need to find a husband. That's what a husband is for. I'm not going to protect you. I could care less what's happening to you in the street. Your husband's job is to protect you. And if you don't have a husband, I suggest you get one. But we all know that won't happen. We all know that. But let's go.
Not just talking about by white people.
See? Notice, you're not concerned about white people. You're concerned about black men. Because that's the ones you hate. You don't like black men.
Talking about you, Nick, and then you Lego.
Notice, you talking about white this and white that, but you calling black men N-words. But you expect us to take you serious about BWs are the most disrespected and the most unprotected, right? But from your own mouth, you call black men N-words, but you expect somebody to take you seriously as a woman, right? Nah.
Brick hairline having ass Samuelites jump on my page and tell me that my content is divisive because
it is divisive. It's very divisive. You know what I mean? But once again, modern women can say and do whatever they want towards black men. But if black men begin to use their voice, all of a sudden he's misogynistic. He's a hater. He don't like BWs. He hates his mom. He dates outside his race. This is the typical nonsense that you get.
Because I'm calling you out for talking like a white person.
So hold up. Now you're saying that the guy is talking like a white person, so your real hatred is with white people. So who really is the racist? Because it's clear that you got a very, very serious problem with white people. You have a problem with them. You see that? So the truth is, you're the one with the issue, and you haven't addressed it yet. You're too busy focusing on black men.
Creating false stereotypes.
False stereotypes? No. No false stereotypes was said. What the brother said was the truth. The problem is you just can't handle the truth. You can't handle it. Look around you. It's very, very evident of what's going on.
And pushing it on black women.
Nobody pushing anything on you. Because if it don't apply, you let it fly. If you know you're not what that brother described, why does that alarm you? It alarms you because it applies to you. And you know it.
This is exactly why the black community will never get anywhere.
It's not that the black community is not going to get anywhere because of what the brother had to say. There is no black community. In order for there to be a community, the people must be of one mind, one purpose, focusing on the Most High. Right now, we are divided. So there is no black community.
Because black men who swear up and down they're going to be the leaders and liberate us.
Black men have never said they're going to liberate you or do any of that. Your savior is the one who will do that. You're supposed to be following the Most High, keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. You don't want to do that because you've made yourself your own God. And this is why you're miserable.
I'd rather stay oppressed by the white man because
nobody is oppressing me. You're oppressed because that's how you think. You're focused on white people. You're focusing on being oppressed. These are things you focus on. You see? Be careful with that.
They've already failed that assignment.
Notice, he said they already failed that assignment. Right? So, black men are just failures in your eyes. Why you keep talking about them? Just leave them alone. Keep it moving.
And try their best to emulate him by trying to oppress and control black women.
Nobody ain't trying to control you. And nobody ain't oppressing you. But remember, you're a boss chick, you're independent, you could do bad all by yourself. So what are you talking about?
This is exactly why y'all are the weakest fucking links.
And you don't respect us. See, your level of venom and disrespect is alarming. That you would call the black man the weak link. Really? That's amazing. But I don't have to worry about it because you're not my woman. Again, I wouldn't deal with a woman like you because I realize that there's a lot of pain and hurt in this woman that's on the screen. She appear confused. She don't know who she is. She's lost. How sad.
It is Black History Month. We just lost another black life, a black man, to the hands of white people and white supremacy.
Every single day in the hood, black people are committing crimes against themselves, murdering young black men all the time. But some reason you're not talking about that.
And you pathetic ass Negroes would rather get on the internet, get on these podcasts, and reinforce to white folks that they're better than us?
Listen, nobody talked about white folks being better. That's just what you feel. You don't like white people, so you're the racist. You think because you're a black woman that you have the right to just vent your frustration out and nothing get checked? No. You're the one with the problem based on what I'm seeing. You're the one with the issues. You're upset. You're mad at the world. You see? Don't get mad. Be accountable for your part rather than running in circles, blaming and blaming. Let's go.
I can't no more. I can't.
That's all we're going to say for this, fam. It's very interesting how this woman have so much venom in her heart towards black men, so much hate. It's sad, to say the least. But we'll be back on later with another show. It is what it is. Black Male Advice TV, and I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100%